We're live. Awesome, awesome. All right, so while I'm waiting for a little gang to get involved, to even say hi. Hi, Kate. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So guys, welcome, welcome. This is part of the Convita at Home Wellness series. So welcome to my studio. My name is Kate Kendall. I'm the co-founder and director of yoga here at Flow Athletic. And I guess what I'm going to be doing this evening primarily is sort of connecting ancient wisdom of the past with timeless wellness for the modern age. And of course, yoga can do just that. But I wanted to start with some words from Socrates. Let he that would move the worlds first move himself. In other words, if you want to move the world, if you want to do big things, if you want to create change, if you want to shake things up, or if you just want to have some positive influence on your family, your friends, your students, whatever you do in life, move yourself first. Inspire yourself, create change within yourself first. So this evening I'm going to give you a little body rinse that you can do at home anytime to make you feel good. And so when we're feeling good, when we're feeling awesome, when we're feeling aligned, that's when we feel creative. That's when we can move. That's when we can move things and do big things. So this little sequence is going to focus on hips, spine. So it's a really good one for digestion and spinal health, and hamstrings. So it's just a handful of postures that we're going to link together. And I'll kind of go through nice and slowly to begin with and explain all the benefits of all of them. And then we'll cycle through again and flow through it. So it just depends. Like some days you have 5 minutes to practice and that's okay. And other days you have an hour. So you can even loop this sequence through like 10 times if you really wanted to. So it becomes more like a moving meditation. All right, guys, and if you have any questions at all throughout the sequence, please come type questions and ask. And then at the end, I'll circle back to them and answer them to the best of my ability. So nice to have you in the studio. I can't wait to get people into the studio again. But until then, it's so fun to be able to do things like this and team up with Convita. All right, so you'll need not necessarily a yoga mat. You can go rogue. You can just clear some space at home, grab your carpet, whatever you want to do, and we'll get started. So I think a really nice one, I like to begin a sequence and end a sequence with stillness, kind of like a nice way to ground in the beginning, and then at the end to integrate, if you will, and that posture will be child's pose. So it looks a little bit like this. Knees out wide, big toes together. And then stretch your arms all the way out in front of you. So reach out, move the sit bones right back towards the heels as far as feels comfortable. And notice that I'm just kind of shifting a little bit side to side. The gaze is forward, so the back of the neck gets kind of perhaps a little uncomfortable. And then take a generous breath in, lengthen through the spine, ease the heart forwards. And as you exhale, ground down, sink down, and rest your forehead down into the earth. So when I'm practicing yoga, I really like to imagine that the yoga mat underneath or the carpet underneath is the earth. And as I start to notice the breath and take a few deeper breaths in and out of the nose, I just use this time to let the front of the body drop down into the earth. Almost like I could sink myself an inch below. And notice the experience internally when I breathe in, that sense of expansion and fullness. And the experience of the breath on the way out. For me, it feels a little more grounding, relaxing. That idea of sinking into the earth. All right, and then come come up onto all fours. Check out your hands are around shoulder distance. The fingers are nice and spread. And then come up onto the knees, curl your toes under and lift the knees up into a downward facing dog. So the hands around shoulder distance apart, the feet around hip distance apart. Now take a steady, really soft gaze to the back of the mat or in between the thighs. So the idea is that we want to lengthen out the spine here, guys. So if that means bending the knees a little bit and tilting the tailbone up and back, then do. So it's better to have a long spine than long hamstrings here. All right, as you feel ready to, float your right leg up and back behind you and pause for a moment. So technically, this is a three-legged down dog. So down dog and three-legged are both great for hamstrings, for spine. Technically, it's an inversion, so great for digestion. Feel all that energy, that blood rushing to the head. One more breath in. Exhale, step the right foot through between your hands, nice and slowly. So you got to use a little core control to do that. And squeeze your left leg straight. So we're pressing confidently back into the left heel. There's a sinking of the hips down and a broadening of the collarbones. And just take a little moment to move the hips a little side to side. So we want this to feel really authentic for you. Move in a way that feels like you. So try not to be too rigid or stuck. Let the breath move you. As you inhale, lift the hips up so the back of your right leg gets a little longer. It doesn't have to go all the way straight, but right there, your right hamstring will start to sing out to you. Inhale. Exhale, re-lunge and twist. Take your right arm out and up. Reach up. Press firmly down into the left fingertips to reach into the right hand. So continue to press back into that left heel. It's a spinal twist, really good for digestion and for maintaining spinal health. You want to pull the right hip back here, left hip forwards and down. One more breath in. As you exhale, look down, turn to your left, pivot on the feet and turn the toes in towards each other. So we call this prasarita, or a sort of standing forward fold. Lift the chest as you inhale. Get long through the spine. Keep that length through the spine and then fold forwards as you exhale. So hands come to the ground around shoulder distance apart, or perhaps the fingertips drop to the ground. And then really press into the outer edges of your feet. Lift the sit bones up and tip your weight forwards a little bit. So again, it's another inversion. Great for the hamstrings, the inner thighs. A really nice way just to let the spine hang as well, to decompress it. As you inhale, lift the chest. As you exhale, turn to face your right foot. Step back to a high plank as you inhale so that your shoulders are directly over the wrists. Engage the core, so it's like you're wearing a sweet corset around the waist. Lower abdominal muscles are in, side waist is in. Breath in. You could stay here or lower the knees. So I'll lower the knees to demonstrate. And then bring yourself all the way down to the ground with your elbows nice and close. Use the hands onto the ground. Point your toes straight back. Draw the shoulder blades together. And then wave your chest forwards and up for a Cobra Pose. It's a really nice way to open up into the chest. Again, great for the spine, that spinal extension. I like to move the hips a little side to side so I'm not just rigid or stuck. And I'm internally rotating the thighs, sending them in towards each other and then towards the ceiling. One more breath in. And then curl your toes under. Use your core, lift the knees. Downward facing dog. Generous breath in. And a long breath out. All right, let's take second side. Left leg rises as you inhale. So it's not about getting that left leg as high as you can. We want to keep the hips square. We will start to feel some sensation in your right hamstring. Breath in. Exhale slowly. Use your core. Step the left foot through. Squeeze the right leg straight. And as you sink the hips down and sort of proud the chest forwards, probably going to feel some kind of sensation or edge in your right hip flexor. So it's a nice one to open up that right hip flexor. As you inhale, lift the hips up so the back of your left leg gets a little longer or straight. One more breath in. And exhale, re-lunge. Take your left arm out and up. Keep pressing back into your right heel. So we want to try and make this twist come from the base of the spine, not so much the hips. So we're going to pull the left hip back and send the right hip forwards and down. One more breath in. Exhale, look down, turn to the right, pivot on your feet, turn the toes in towards each other, Prasarita. Flat back as you inhale, long through the spine. And then fold forwards as you exhale. I can see you. Keep pressing into your feet, and it might be a nice idea here to, no matter how long your hamstrings are, bend the knees a little bit and tip the weight forwards ever so slightly, then begin to squeeze the legs straight, just a slightly different sensation. Inhale, lift the chest up, get nice and long through the spine. Exhale, turn to face your left foot, step back, high plank, inhale. Tip yourself forwards like you're peering over the top of the mat or your imaginary mat. And then knees on no knees, come all the way down nice and slowly, elbows close to the ribs. Cobra Pose, shoulder blades come together on your back. Inhaling. And then curl your toes under, lift the knees. Move back, downward facing, generous breath in. Let's sigh this one out through the mouth. And then we cycle through. Just one breath per movement. It's kind of like we're slow dancing with the breath. Right leg rises as you inhale. Exhale, right foot slowly steps through. Squeeze the left leg straight. Inhale, lift your hips up so the back of that right leg gets long. If you need a few extra breaths between the postures, take them. And exhale, re-lunge, twist, right arm out and up, reach up, generous breath in. Exhale, turn to face left side, toes turn in towards each other, flat back as you inhale. Perhaps you grab the ankles and fold forwards this time. Inhale to a flat back, lift your chest. Exhale, turn to face right foot, step back, high plank, inhale, engage the core, tip forwards, lower yourself slowly. Now you might take Cobra Pose or perhaps upward facing. Keep the thighs lifted, ease the chest forwards and up, and then back into downward facing. So you can always kind of add things on that you know of. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, left foot quietly through. Sink the hips. Inhale, lift your hips up. Back of the left leg gets a little edgy. Exhale, re-lunge. Twist left arm out and up. Generous breath in. Lift the gaze. Stay for most of the exhalation, then look down, turn to the right. Prasarita, toes turn in. Flat back as you inhale, lift the chest. Fold forwards as you exhale, hands to ankles. Inhale, take a flat back, lift the chest, broaden your collarbones. Exhale, turn to face, left foot, step back, high plank, inhale. Tip yourself forwards, lower chaturanga. To cobra or upward facing, draw the shoulder blades together on your back. And exhale back. I reckon we can go round 3, straight away, right leg rises as you inhale. Can I add a little fire? Squeeze your right knee to chin, chin to knee, draw it in. So you can tailor this. Inhale, right leg up and back. Energy dependent on any particular day. Step the right foot through. Sink the hips, proud chest. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, re-lunge and twist. Generous breath in. Exhale, turn to the left, Prasarita. How about this? Once you've turned the toes in, lift the chest. As you inhale, take the arms out nice and wide. Exhale, fold forwards and interlace the hands behind your back. Be very gentle with the shoulders. Just one more breath in. Stay for the exhalation. Hands to ground, flat back, lift the chest. You want to do this in a nice, calm, grounded manner. Exhale, turn to face, right foot, step back. You could move straight to down dog or take that little connecting vinyasa. Breath by breath. All right, left side, left leg rises as you inhale. Exhale, squeeze left knee to chin, chin to knee, hover, hold like you want to kiss the knee. Left leg up and back as you inhale. Exhale, left foot through, sink the hips, proud chest, gaze forwards. Inhale, lift your hips up. If your breath becomes a little jagged or incomplete, exhale, re-lunge, left arm out and up. It's a really nice indication that you just rest. Maybe you come to a child's pose, breath in. Exhale, turn to right, press the Rita, toes turn in, flat back, lift your chest, arms out wide. Interlaces, you fold forwards. Let's have an extra breath here. And then hands to ground, flat back, lift chest. Exhale, turn to face left foot, step back, high plank, lower. Inhaling, so you can see after a while, and exhaling, this can feel like a moving meditation. Couple of generous breaths, so the familiarity of the sequence after a while breeds confidence. Lift up high onto the tippy toes and then lower your knees. Take them a little wider for child's pose. So just like we started, rest your forehead to the ground and have a few moments just to feel whatever you feel. As you feel ready to come up out of that, sometimes I feel like I could be in child's pose all day, all night. So it's nice just to have that time at the end of the practice just to be still and to take as much stillness and as much time there as you need to be still, just to kind of let it all sink in and to feel how nice it feels to have realigned with the body, to have rinsed the body out. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. That was fun. I loved having you in the studio. Make sure that you stay tuned to this page, this Convita page, because there's loads of content coming your way. It was an absolute honor to be able to body rinse with you. So see you guys soon. Have an awesome night. Oh, actually, hang on. Questions. If there are any, let me just have a look. Okay. I see one about breathing. Let me just check the rest. Okay. Where is this breathing question? It looked like a good, juicy one. Okay. How do you control breathing as you're moving through? Okay, really good question, Marissa. So the breathing is, if you were coming to a class and I had more time, I'd take you through what we call ujjayi breathing or victorious breath. And it's a way in which we kind of slightly constrict the flow of breath in and out of the throat. And it slows the breath down, takes the breath into the lower lobes of the lungs, activates the parasympathetic nerve receptors, all that stuff, makes you feel calm, makes you feel grounded. But a deep nasal breath is also just as relevant. And the more practiced you become at it, the easier it is. At first, it can be a little bit tricky. Cool, I think that's it. So guys, have an awesome night. Thanks for body rinsing, and I'll see you soon.